I think everybody can see and feel that there's so much more here.
Because the whole time there was a sense of like, we made this out of what we had. What could we do if we had like even more opportunity with this?
I watched them create something incredible with limited time, limited resources, very fast-paced conditions. I would love to see what this team of artists could do if they really had the resources and they really had the time.
There is a lot more to be said about the topics that I've brought up. And I think that there is a lot more context of this relationship that is in my head, but never actually made it into the movie.
It's definitely worth people supporting local and independent artists, because these are like real people with really big hearts who appreciate it so much more than like a bigger corporation or company would.
New 32 is a really small company of creators who really want this.
If this were to be a bigger production, I think it would be really interesting to catch more of the backstory between the dynamic of the mother and Tad and Penelope.
I think you will finish this film also feeling like you've waded into this thing and you're like, I want to dive deeper. I want to go more into this.
Honestly, this, if you took, stretch this, I want to say film, but these people, their lives out, and then we took a very specific snippet from it, probably the most intense part. And so I think there's a lot of area to explore, Tad and Penelope.
The degradation began before the film starts. That's how it is. In a lot of relationships, you don't even realize that you're 3/4 of the way towards the end before you're even there. But while watching the movie and while making the soundtrack, there's so many moments you're like, oh my God, I just want to see like these characters and these actors like just get to explore that path that they're on that leads to this extremely horrific conclusion, which feels extremely inevitable in like a really fun way, like that way that horror always does feel inevitable.
I'd like to know more about what they were doing before she died, before I died, and just
where they came from, where they go. I'm trying to get a spoiler. It hasn't even been finished yet, and I just want to know what's gonna happen. I want to know. I'd like to know what happens. Tell me what happens. Just not gonna do it.
The short of Biters and Bleeders was a lot of work, and there were a lot of challenges, but we also learned so much during that process. And so now we know, okay, next time around, here's what we can do to make this even more successful.
During that finale, I kept being like, if they can pull this off on this short film, what's gonna happen when they can do like 3 times as much and make it 3 times as long and 3 times as more horrifying, which I don't even know how they're gonna do that.
Being able to do the feature-length version of Biters and Bleeders would mean that our company is given a chance to grow its voice and grow its presence and hopefully expand what we're doing. That's our goal, right? Is when you're doing a startup, you take a little seed and you try and grow it, and we're watering it, we're giving it sun, we're talking to it, and now we just have to see if it grows, and I hope it grows.
And more blood. Oh yeah, more effects, more blood, more stab, more victims. I want to watch someone else get stabbed.
I would love the opportunity to make a feature version of this film.
This is a team of artists who deserve to tell the full story.
I think it's really special, and there's something more personal and authentic about it.
There is a lot more in this story, and if I got an opportunity to tell more, I would be very, very, very excited about that.